Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the News Hour at 9 and I'm Swati Joshi. Zohran Mamdani has just become New York City's first Muslim mayor. At a swearing-in ceremony yesterday, Mamdani took the oath with his hand placed on the Quran, a first in New York's history. And just a day after that inauguration, a handwritten note by Mayor Mamdani is now grabbing headlines in India. A note written for Umar Khalid, the 2020 Delhi riots accused. This letter was delivered to Umar Khalid's parents, who met Mamdani in the United States last December and discussed Khalid's case with him. The letter reads, and I quote, "Dear Umar, I think of your words on bitterness often and the importance of not letting it consume oneself. It was a pleasure to meet your parents. We are all thinking of you." Umar's father says Mamdani showed solidarity with the anti-CA protester during the meeting in December last year.
असल में 9 तारीख को न्यूयॉर्क में मेरी ज़ोहरान ममदानी से मुलाकात हुई। उन्होंने कंसर्न का इजहार किया कि भाई एक नौजवान होनहार तालिब इल्म जिसने कई अहम इशूज उठाए हैं, देश के बड़े बड़े इशूज के ऊपर सवालात खड़े किए हैं, CA/NRC की तहरीक चलाई है, तो ऐसे आदमी को 5 साल से ज़्यादा अरसे तक जेल में रखना, ट्रायल का शुरू ना होना और उसके साथ साथ जो है बेल का न मिलना, ये हमारे लिए बड़ा अफसोसनाक वाकया है।
As Zohran Mamdani thinks of Umar Khalid from the United States, one wonders what does he think of what the Delhi police has told the courts. What Umar Khalid did amounts to terrorism, that he was part of a planned regime change operation in India. Mamdani, the latest poster boy of the so-called liberal ecosystem, has not said a word for the 53 people who died in Delhi riots. Instead, in 2023, at an event in New York, Mamdani chose to read out portions of a note written by Umar Khalid.
So today I'm going to be reading a letter from Umar Khalid, who is a scholar and a former student activist at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi, who organized a campaign against lynchings and hate. He has been in jail for more than 1,000 days under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and has yet to face trial, though his bail application has been repeatedly denied. He has also faced an assassination attempt.
As if almost on cue, right after Zohran Mamdani's note surfaced, 8 American lawmakers wrote to the Indian ambassador to the United States. They questioned the fairness of the investigation. They cast doubts on India's judicial process. They demanded a fair trial for Umar Khalid, but it didn't stop there. They also insinuated that Umar Khalid's continued incarceration is because he is a Muslim. This letter was quickly followed by a global amplification drive. An NGO, the Indian American Muslim Council, pushed the same persecution narrative, and then came the escalation, a call for international action against India. But here's what shocks the most tonight. Instead of telling these offshore voices to mind their own business, India's opposition echoes their line.
The issue had been raised up by the lawmakers of the US. That had definitely become a global news and going to damage the image of the country.
Police role is very dubious, and court is also, unfortunately, is dragging and dragging. In that situation, the case, I think, it is internationally now, people attention has been drawn internationally.
भारत जो पूरी दुनिया में ह्यूमन राइट्स का चैंपियन होता था, जो पूरी दुनिया में महात्मा गांधी के नाम से जाना जाता था, आज अमेरिकी सीनेटर्स और न्यूयॉर्क के मेयर को भारत को आईना दिखाना पड़ रहा है, भारत को के बारे में लिखना पड़ रहा है कि आपके यहाँ ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशन हो रहे हैं.
Isn't this an unacceptable interference in India's internal affairs? This is not just political blame game. This is an affront to India's sovereignty. Now the BJP is putting everyone in the dock, not just the voices from US, but also their echo chambers within India.
India's legal system is robust, independent and fair. And India's legal system requires no advice from anyone sitting abroad, and certainly not someone who's been sworn in as the mayor.
Do you know the facts of what he has been behind and what he has propagated? Absolutely not. So please play your politics in the United States of America. Continue to take your oath on the Quran. That is your personal prerogative, but do not interfere in India and India's extremists who try to destabilize our country.
कि जब भी एलओपी राहुल गांधी देश से बाहर जाके आते हैं, इस तरह की चिट्ठियां आती हैं, इस तरह का एक मूवमेंट 5-4 दिन के लिए बनता है.
The BJP is alleging that domestic actors are amplifying anti-India script at the behest of foreign powers. As Rahul Gandhi enjoys his first foreign tour of 2026 in Vietnam, the Saffron Party is pointing out that one of the US lawmakers who signed the letter, Jan Schakowsky, met Rahul Gandhi in United States in 2024. In 2025, the same lawmaker pushed legislation targeting India on alleged Islamophobia. And in 2026, she also signs a letter seeking bail for Umar Khalid. BJP concludes that every time an anti-India narrative is amplified abroad, Rahul Gandhi's name surfaces somewhere in the political ecosystem.
The Bharatiya Janata Party has raised this issue of Rahul Gandhi not just meeting, but actually being a multiplier force for the anti-India forces. It happened in the case of Ilhan Omar. It happened very recently where George Soros Foundation and its forces were meeting Rahul Gandhi to malign the image of our country, and it will not be tolerated.
Congress Party's endorsement of Mamdani and company's interference reminds one of Rahul Gandhi's statement in London 2 years ago, where he urged the West to intervene to save democracy, who he alleged was under threat in India.
Well, how would you react if something, a structure 3.5 times Europe suddenly went non-democratic, right? That's happened already. That's not something that is going to happen in the future. That's already happened. But there's no reaction. And if we're talking about Europe, that's the thing that shocks me. There's no reaction. But Indian democracy is a public good. It's 3 or 4 times the size of the United States in terms of numbers. The so-called defenders of democracy, which are the United States, European countries, seem to just be oblivious that a huge chunk of the democratic model has come undone.
And that brings us to the legitimate question that we are asking this evening. Did Rahul Gandhi want this foreign interference in India's matters? Let's open this up. Let's take that across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And tonight we're joined by Ishkaran Bhandari, Advocate Supreme Court. We have Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author. Activist Sushil Pandit is also on the panel along with us. I can now see Mr. Vivek Srivastav, political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. We have Dr. Sunny Dhiman, political analyst, and Advocate Umar Junaidi, also a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Advocate Umar Junaidi, what is the locus standi of these people? Zohran Mamdani, these lawmakers, and most importantly, why is the opposition welcoming foreign interference? Why should we allow foreign interference in our legal system?
First of all, nobody is allowing the interference of anybody. It is the point wherein we used to have the human rights, the talks and the discussion on the human rights, and today what you say, it is a situation wherein people from out of the India are giving us the lessons. First of all, my message to the Zohran Mamdani and the people who are trying to interfere in the judicial process of India is that India is an independent judiciary. and we don't need any interference from the outsiders. Now the point is why these people are intervening is very important, because there is something going on in India since 5 years. A person is not being given the bail. Bail is being denied since 5 years, and which in fact says that the process itself is a punishment, which continuously I keep on denying that no, process is not the punishment. But in the case of Umar Khalid, it proves that the process itself is a punishment. For example, let us assume that all the allegations against Umar Khalid proves to be true, and he gets the sentence of 10 years. Already he has passed 5 years, and that will be 15 years. So this is what the judicial process is.
No, I don't want to get into the game. I don't want to get into this game of assumptions. And it is between Umar Junaidi and the legal system. It is between Umar Junaidi and the legal system who gives a right to these US lawmakers to say that he's behind the bars, that he's being targeted because he's a Muslim. Then you have NGOs. That go on to support him. Go on to support that, say that yes, his religious identity is the reason why he's being targeted.
No, definitely, religious identity also plays a pivotal role.
How?
And
how has religious identity played a role in this case?
Yeah, because there were several other protesters along with Umar Khalid, Sharjil Imam, who were non-Muslims as well. Only Muslims were framed in the charges.
So the courts in their observation and the Delhi police in its charge sheet has said that Mr. Umar Khalid has been arrested because he's a Muslim. There are no serious charges against him as per you. Only because he's a Muslim, he's been picked up and put inside the jail.
I did not say that.
Then you cite the charges against him, which are extremely serious in nature. Why do you hide behind this religious identity argument?
The charge sheet filed by the Delhi police will be looked by the Supreme Court in the High Court. It is not the matter to Umar Junaidi to investigate what is done in the...
Then why is Umar Junaidi saying that religious identity also plays a role?
Because that has been by the Delhi police, by the BJP government.
Did the Delhi police in its charge sheet say that Mr. Umar Khalid has been put behind bars because he's a Muslim? Did the court say that his bail has been rejected because he's a Muslim?
That statement, that sentence has not been in, may not have been into the charge sheet, but the several things which are recorded in the charge sheet may be false. They may prove to be the false allegations. There are several chances.
Then allow the court to do its job. You know, you're speaking exactly the language of the US lawmakers. You're speaking the language of Zohran Mamdani. And then you lecture that, you know, we don't want political interference of these individuals. You speak their language. You back their content. And those are the arguments you're presenting on the debate. Let me bring in Ishkaran Bhandari. Ishkaran Bhandari, again, I'm repeating the question. What is the locus standi of these individuals? These US lawmakers writing letters saying that he's being targeted because of his religious identity?
I am not bothered by a letter or which should be thrown in the waste paper basket. I am more bothered about the certain people in India reacting to comments made by foreign politicians. They seem to be living in the time of Ahmad Shah Abdali, that there is some reason, there is so-called Muslim angle, so you invite foreign powers to meddle in India. Anybody who supports a foreign lawmaker meddling into the judicial process of India deserves to be castigated, because nobody will take action on them. The least we can do is expose how certain people are putting the sovereignty of India under threat by supporting foreign powers to come, comment, opine, mess, meddle with judicial processes in India. And then on your debate, there is a person who goes around in circles saying it is because he's a Muslim. What is Muslim to do with it? If you do a terror attack, or if you are part of a conspiracy to separate Northeast from India, or you're a part of a conspiracy which leads to riots, no matter what your religion be, you would be jailed and you should be jailed. That is the fact. But to play a victim card in order to cast aspersion on the law and order in India as well as the judicial process, the courts have examined documents in this case. This is not the first bail hearing. Bail has been rejected by various courts at various instances in this case, which have gone into all these allegations and have found prima facie the merit in them, and that there are provisions which do not allow such people to. And what is US to court about judicial system? There, the judiciary is appointed through a political process. We have the most independent judiciary in the world. Enough people come and say that judiciary's independence.
So you're saying that is just a reason to invite foreign interference. You're saying that is just a reason to invite foreign interference. I want to bring in Dr. Anand Ranganathan. There's one other thing which is called political convenience. It's easy for the opposition. It's easy for the opposition to actually back what Zohran Mamdani does or says, because everybody knows his views on the Prime Minister. So it suits the political convenience of the opposition. Also, enlighten us, Dr. Ranganathan, if Zohran Mamdani has spoken about the plight of Hindus persecuted in Bangladesh, we've spoken about the grooming gang in UK, and also I'm sure there are under trials in America as well.
Good evening, Swati, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Wishing all of you a very happy new year. Before I come to the thrust of the topic, and it's a very fascinating discussion, please allow me a couple of minutes on that topic. I just want to take 20 seconds to ask a very simple question to my very good friend and brother, Mr. Umair Junaidi, who's a very erudite scholar. He says religious identity has played a part in bail being denied to Umar Khalid. It's a very simple question. Does he also believe that religious identity played a part in Colonel Purohit being denied bail for 8 years and his case dragging on for 10 years? Yes or no, sir?
I'm here to debate on Umar Khalid, sir. Please ask me a question related to Umar Khalid and the Zohran Mamdani. I am not here to have the research all over here and serve you on a plate, sir.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So, Swati, now you know what happens when hypocrisy is exposed. A Hindu is incarcerated without bail for 8 years. The case drags on for 10 years, and after that he is honorably discharged. Out here, Umar Khalid has not been acquitted. But there is, and not a whimper, not one complaint from anyone saying that it is the religious identity that is making sure Colonel Purohit rots in jail for 8 years without bail. Look at how Hindus are being discriminated. Look at how victim card is being played. Now let me come to the thrust of the issue. Look, I have a very different issue from, I dare say, a lot of other people. I don't believe in this interference in foreign affairs by other countries. I think if the other countries and their politicians or their leaders speak with facts, then I think whatever is happening around the world should be spoken about. For example, I would never stop an Indian politician from speaking about the fact that China has interned 1 million Muslims in concentration camps and is feeding them pork, is forcibly sterilizing them. Do you think I should not talk about that atrocity? It is another matter that stooges and politicians, and some of them my friends, Mr. Umar out here, would never castigate China or speak about that. That Zohran would never speak about the fact that China has interned 1 million Muslims in concentration camps. But because it matters of convenience for them, they speak about some other issue. But there also, I wouldn't have minded had he spoken about facts. The facts are that 6 times bail has been denied to Umar Khalid by courts. It is not that fascist Modi or BJP Modi government is denying him bail. 2, 3 times by the trial courts, twice by the High Court, and once by Supreme Court adjournment. Now, do you mean to say that the Indian courts are fascist? Number 2, it is a 3,000-page charge sheet, 33,000-page electronic evidence, 135-page court order. It is not that I have decided Umar Khalid will not get bail. It is after a reasoned, hearing, repeated hearing, that people have denied bail.
Right.
Judges have denied bail to Umar Khalid. How on earth is that being compared to fascism aa gaya, democracy hat gayi, let us talk about justice for people? This is the problem with people who carry an agenda. The first sentence itself exposes them. Now I dare say the other panelists are also worried. They were trying to use the same bogey of religious identity. I dare say after I brought Colonel Purohit's example in, Vivek Srivastava would not use that as
Vivek Srivastava.
No. Hold on. देखिए एक बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है. There is a big achievement of the Indian government, our systems, our processes. We have our own local Nelson Mandela in the making. आप हेयरिंग पे हेयरिंग, तारीख पे तारीख, what Sunny Deol said in a movie. It is happening over here. I would like to quote the Times of India. 5th of November 2025, the Times of India, which I respect as a newspaper, says there was a bench of Arvind Kumar and N.V. Ajnaria, and the people representing Mr. Umar Khalid were Kapil Sibal, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and Siddharth Dave. And what did they say? They said 55 times the hearing was postponed because the judges had health issues or they wanted to go on a judicial training. 59 times the hearing was postponed because the special public prosecutor was absent. I'm quoting your newspaper. And then for 14 months, 12 times the hearing was deferred by a particular judge. And finally the lawyers had to retract the case from the Supreme Court and refer it back to the district court. This is a human rights issue. It's not about the internal affairs of India. It is not about religious identity. It is about an Indian national. You hear him? The Delhi police.
The former CJI also spoke about. Vivek Srivastava, former CJI ने ये भी कहा कि 7 बार, अगर उससे ज्यादा नहीं तो कम से कम 7-8 बार जो काउंसिल रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे थे उमर खालिद को, उन्होंने एडजर्नमेंट सीख किया और उसके बाद बेल विड्रॉ कर ली गई। कम से कम 3 इंस्टेंसेस पे बेल विड्रॉ कर ली गई, लेकिन उसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं करेगा क्योंकि एक सेट एजेंडा और एक नैरेटिव है जिसके तहत ये पूरा मुद्दा उठाया जा रहा है।
Let me complete. रिट्रैक्ट तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट से भी किया ना, 14 महीनों में 12 बार हियरिंग ही नहीं हुई। And you have to retract from the Supreme Court and go back to the district court. ये क्या दिखाता है? It is not about being a Muslim. It is about being an Indian. No. It is not about internal affairs of India. It is
Then
about
what is it about?
Human rights violation.
Internal affairs की बात नहीं है तो किसकी बात है? Internal affairs की बात नहीं है तो किसकी बात है? This is between Umar Khalid and the courts of this country that will decide. ये कोर्ट और उमर खालिद के बीच की बात है और कोर्ट्स तय करेंगे कि क्या होगा इस मामले में।
क्या वो गिल्टी है या नहीं, और अगर गिल्टी है तो उसकी सजा क्या है?
तो वो कोर्ट को डिसाइड करने दीजिए ना, वो कोर्ट को डिसाइड करने दीजिए ना, वो कोर्ट को डिसाइड करने दीजिए। कोर्ट डिसाइड करे उससे पहले ही एक पूरा नैरेटिव आपने चला दिया कि उसको फंसाया जा रहा है, उसको जानबूझ के अंदर रखा जा रहा है, उसको बेल नहीं दी जा रही है क्योंकि उसकी एक पर्टिकुलर रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी है। इश्करण भंडारी ऑन दैट वन सेकंड इश्करण भंडारी को, एक सेकंड, आपने लीगल प्रोसीजर पर सवाल उठाए, इश्करण भंडारी को आने दीजिए, 1 मिनट।
Just the fact that this petition has gone through multiple rounds of litigation where bail has been rejected, and it has come out on record how counsels for the accused or the accused on one reason or the other have delayed the trial. Let us not deny that. It has also come how the case was withdrawn. So many times when you know case is not going well for you in a bail application, you withdraw it because you want to take your chances some other day. So that cannot be cast as an aspersion on the prosecution if the accused decides to withdraw his petition and then to say he is not getting bail. And one more point, there's a difference in generally talking about foreign affairs of a country and specifically highlighting one particular case which is pending trial. That is foreign interference, that is foreign meddlesome, and it is important because we live in the real world where there are people who would want to put sanctions on India, where there are people who want India's economy and trade to suffer, and those are the people who want to play this narrative of he is in jail because he's a Muslim. I repeat, it is nothing different than Ahmad Shah Abdali, Gori, Ghazni time, where certain people for their political benefit inside India wanted to destroy India. These are the same people.
Okay. I want to bring in Dr. Sunny Dhiman very quickly. उसके बाद आप आ सकते हैं विवेक श्रीवास्तव जी, then Sushil Pandit. I want to bring in Dr. Dhiman. Dr. Dhiman, Zohran Mamdani का एक लेटर आता है सामने, उसके बाद the US lawmakers write a letter, they address the issue, and then IAMC, the Indian American Muslim Council, says that the evidence used to charge Khalid for terrorism is also dubious. They have decided already that he is an innocent individual और उनको clean sheet पहले ही दे चुके. Now, the allegation is that this is nothing but an entire ecosystem working that seeks foreign interference.
Good evening, Swati, and Happy New Year to everyone. While we are debating on these issues, the AQI is still in Chandigarh is like 300 plus, and I was asked by your team to remove my mask because it seems obscene for some people. But anyway, let's talk about the issue you are talking right now. While we are talking about these issues, we are talking on bad quality air. Nirav Modi and Malia, they are joking on the situation we are in right now. And currently, the wealth of the nation is actually drained, and the wealth of the nation is the attention of the masses and the institutions we are living in. Let me give you a very small pebble, and that will give the answer which I want to say. There was a big elephant named Gajraj. Gajraj had a very big diamond in his trunk, a very big diamond, and there was a fly, a harmless fly, which started irritating the elephant. And suddenly the monkey started chanting, kill the fly, throw the diamond. And this is the situation right now. The diamond is the attention and the elephant is our great nation. I think that fly is Umar Khalid and Zohran Mamdani. I don't think that fly can disturb this great nation. But right now we are talking about these issues on the second day of the new year, while we are still choking, while the gig workers are behaving like modern slaves, while the climate crisis is going to kill us all, and we are in a perpetual cycle of debating around Umar. I have been on the national media, especially on your channel, for several months. It's a cycle you talk about.
So in that case, are you also then in that case sending out a message to the opposition to not keep talking about how the courts, the entire legal system, the judiciary is working against Umar Khalid? Zohran Mamdani को बोलने दीजिए जो बोल रहे हैं, डेमोक्रेट्स को बोलने दीजिए जो बोल रहे हैं, आप चुप रहिए, आप मत बोलिए कुछ.
Yes, lovely. नहीं स्वाति जी, मैं आपको बता देता हूं, I'm here to not to defend Umar Khalid, I'm here to defend the process. जैसे अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने बोला कि कर्नल पुरोहित 9 साल जेल के पीछे रहे विदाउट ट्रायल, है ना? तो मैं हिंदू और मुसलमान नहीं देख रहा, मैं तो कह रहा हूं कि इस महान देश में ऐसी व्यवस्था बनी हुई है कि 9 साल या 5 साल कोई व्यक्ति विदाउट ट्रायल के रह जाए. दिल्ली में दंगे होते हैं, एक तरफ तो कुछ कोट एंड कोट मुस्लिम बच्चों को उठा लिया गया, ठीक है, वो शायद जिम्मेदार हो सकते हैं, कोर्ट तय करेगी. लेकिन कपिल मिश्रा जो सीधे एसीपी के सामने बोलता है कि ट्रंप को जाने दो, हम हथियार उठा लेंगे, अन्यथा, उस पर आज तक एफआईआर नहीं होती है. और 2 सितंबर 2025 में एक एफआईआर का ऑर्डर आता है जिसको रद्द कर दिया जाता है एक और स्पेशल कोर्ट के द्वारा. देखो यार, ताली तो 2 हाथ.
ठीक है, तो आप इस चीज को भी फिर इस चीज को भी आप डिसमिस कर रहे हैं ना कि रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी का कोई मामला नहीं है. इसको भी आप डिसमिस कर रहे हैं ना कि रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी का कोई मामला नहीं है.
क्या हमारा कानून एक आंख से अंधा है क्या हमारा कानून एक आंख से अंधा है क्या? ये तो सवाल बनता दंगे
नहीं. तो आप रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी वाले एंगल को भी फिर डिसमिस कर रहे हैं ना कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी की वजह से उमर खालिद को जेल में डाला
हो जाएगा. स्वाति, आप पे ना केस हो जाए, प्लीज बी केयरफुल.
सवाल तो ये उठता है मैडम, जिन भी मुख्य लोगों पर आरोप लगे हैं उनमें से 2 लड़कियों को बेल दे दी गई है और वो 2 हिंदू हैं, बाकी सब मुसलमान.
अच्छा, पहले भी आपने बोला कि मैं हिंदू मुसलमान करने नहीं बैठा हूं, मैं हिंदू मुसलमान करने नहीं बैठा हूं, मैं उमर खालिद को डिफेंड करने नहीं बैठा हूं. एक हाथी की, एक फ्लाई की, एक डायमंड की, पता नहीं किस किस की कहानी सुना के गोल गोल घुमा के आप भी हिंदू मुसलमान पे आ गए. आप भी हिंदू मुसलमान पे आ गए. अब आपको हाथी भी नहीं दिख रहा है, डायमंड भी नहीं दिख रहा है, फ्लाई भी नहीं दिख रहा है, आपको सिर्फ हिंदू मुसलमान दिखाई दे रहा है. आपको सिर्फ हिंदू मुसलमान अब दिखाई दे रहा है. सुशील पंडित, इसीलिए मैंने शुरुआत में सवाल पूछा था तो ये कहा था कि ये पॉलिटिकल कन्वीनियंस है. जोहरान ममदानी अगर मोदी को क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं तो ये पॉलिटिकल कन्वीनियंस है कि सूट करता है टू बैक व्हाटएवर ममदानी इज सेइंग, इवन इफ ही इज सेइंग आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट यू उमर खालिद, और टू वेलकम व्हाट द यूएस lawmakers are saying, even if they claim that the evidence against him, the charges against him are dubious. मौका चाहिए to criticize the institutions, the judiciary here in India.
Yes, Swati, it is patently clear. पिछले साल जोहरान ममदानी को गुजरात के 60 लाख मुसलमान दिखाई नहीं पड़ते थे. He alleged that Gujarat has committed a genocide of its Muslims. उनको दिल्ली में बम ब्लास्ट नहीं दिखाई पड़ा जिसमें डॉक्टर अपने आप को बम लगा के उड़ गए. उनको कश्मीर का हिंदू जेनोसाइड नहीं दिखाई पड़ता, उनको पाकिस्तान का हिंदू जेनोसाइड नहीं दिखाई पड़ता, उनको बांग्लादेश में रोज मारे जा रहे हिंदू नहीं दिखाई पड़ते. वो चिट्ठी लिखते हैं हैप्पी न्यू ईयर उमर खालिद को. क्यों? बिकॉज ही इज पार्ट ऑफ ग्लोबल इंतिफादा, ग्लोबल जिहाद, पैन इस्लामिज्म. दैट इज द नेक्सस. I can understand where Dr. Ranganathan is coming from, that let every politician all over the world speak about rest of the world and other countries. All right. If it were that simple, I would uphold his right to do whatever. But if in this country you have several nations trying to poke their nose, trying to stir the pot, trying to create riots, trying to create instability, trying to do all kinds of things that they can, we will have to be on our guard. It is not as simple as that. It is not about absolute power, absolute right to express yourself or freedom of expression. You have to see what's cooking behind this. इन साहब को गुजरात राइट से पहले साबरमती एक्सप्रेस में जलाए गए 59 लोग नहीं दिखाई पड़ते हैं। इन साहब को इस देश में जगह जगह कराए गए हिंदू जेनोसाइड नहीं दिखाई पड़ते हैं। That is Mamdani for you. To justify the Gujarat. And you have to call this out. This man who has recently gained legitimacy by winning an election, by milking Trump's unpopularity, doesn't give him a right to shoot off his mouth like this.
No, but more than that, the shocking aspect is the kind of support that he is getting. Ek minute, I just want to quickly bring in Umar Junaidi. Uske baad Dr. Ranganathan, you can come in. The BJP alleges it's not as simple as it looks like. You know, it's not just the opposition welcoming Zohran Mamdani or what the Democrats are saying. It's actually about what Rahul Gandhi says when he visits abroad. जो वो कहते हैं कि full on wholesale attack democracy पर हो गया है, that other countries need to intervene. जब राहुल गांधी उन लोगों से मिलते हैं who are known for their anti-India stand, and then they are also signatories of the letter that says give bail to Umar Khalid, and that he is nothing but a victim because he belongs to the Muslim community. ये कितने सारे coincidence कैसे हो जाते हैं?
No, according to the BJP, Rahul Gandhi has lost 99 elections, 100 elections, and he is no powerful leader in India. But Rahul Gandhi, according to the BJP today, is very influential in going abroad and getting the abroad forces to talk about, the abroad signatories to talk about India and the whatever the process is going on in India in order to comment on India. Rahul Gandhi is successful. So let BJP decide wherein Rahul Gandhi is successful or not, and if he is so, whether in India or in abroad. Let him do the politics in abroad if he is successful and influential there. But the point is, BJP wants to target Rahul Gandhi, but not to introspect what is going on. Everybody talks about something is cookie, something is cooking, something is fishy, but nobody is talking the process wherein since 5 years Umar Khalid has been denied bail that has attracted the foreign interference.
But sir,
so nobody is talking about that.
But sir, the court is denying the bails. The court is denying the bails, or is the BJP denying bails?
BJP talks about
BJP bail deny कर रही है sir, courts bail deny कर रहे हैं.
But Rahul Gandhi is influential. For BJP, it is Rahul Gandhi. For BJP, is not AQI, it is not employment.
अब आप डॉक्टर धीमान का स्क्रिप्ट मत चुराइए प्लीज. डॉक्टर धीमान का स्क्रिप्ट आप मत चुराइए. आपकी जो स्क्रिप्ट है आप उसी पर रहिए और आप मुझे बताइए कि कोर्ट्स बेल डिनाई कर रहे हैं, कोर्ट्स बेल डिनाई कर रहे हैं या बीजेपी बेल डिनाई कर रही है?
That is the point. When the courts are denying the bail, that's why the foreigners are intervening on.
But where were the foreigners? But ये foreigners तब कहाँ थे? When Colonel Purohit was rotting behind bars. Let's go back to that question then. Where were the foreigners? Where were the foreigners when Colonel Purohit was rotting behind bars? Sir, उनको भी बेल नहीं मिल रही थी, उनकी कोई सुनवाई नहीं हो रही थी.
स्वाति जी,
आप तब कहाँ थे जब राहुल गांधी ने बिना किसी कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट के टेररिस्ट बोल दिया था? आप तब कहाँ थे सर? तब कहाँ थे आप? तब वो रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी के बेसिस पे बोल रहे थे या राहुल गांधी को शौक है ऐसे बयान देने का?
स्वाति जी, today every person here and there calls Umar Khalid a terrorist.
चार्जेस क्या है उनके खिलाफ आपको पता है?
Are they proved?
चार्जेस क्या है उनके खिलाफ आपको पता है? तो आप किस बेसिस पे उनको क्लीन चिट दे रहे हैं?
I am not giving clean chit. I am saying bail is.
Umar Junaidi, I will have to do another episode on the number of U-turns that you have taken. Every time I come to you, you keep on changing your goalpost. पहले आप फॉरेन इंटरफेरेंस की बात नहीं कर रहे थे, देन यू सेड अरे दिस इशू हैज अट्रैक्टेड इंटरनेशनल अटेंशन, दिस फॉरेन इंटरफेरेंस हैपनिंग. फर्स्ट यू सेड कि हम हिंदू मुसलमान नहीं करेंगे, फिर आपके बाद हिंदू मुसलमान की रिलीजियस आइडेंटिटी वाली डिबेट आ गई. कितना फ्लिप फ्लॉप्स.
No. My point is very clear. I don't want any foreign intervention in my country. That is clear.
Okay.
But the question is why they are intervening. That has to be introspected.
So then Zohran Mamdani should mind his business.
Definitely he should.
Mr. Mamdani should.
We should also mind the business.
Sorry?
Why these people are getting attracted.
That is not our problem. That is not. See, they see an opportunity. They see an opportunity because you are giving an opportunity. Because you are giving an opportunity. Why can't you give him a shut up call and say this is between Umar Khalid and the courts here. This is about our legal system. Why should you be bothered? You talk about the under trials in America. You talk about the under trials in America. Are there no Muslim under trials in American jails? Talk about their rights. And if your heart beats, if you really think about the human rights issues, then talk about the Hindus in Bangladesh.
Swati ji, I am talking about the opportunity given. If the bail was not denied since 5 years, why would Mamdani intervene in the process?
I am going to make an offer which my dear brother Umair Junaidi cannot refuse. मैं इनको ट्रैप करना बंद कर दूंगा अगर ये मेरे घर सेवैयां भिजवा दे 1 किलो, क्योंकि इनको पहले मैंने पकड़ा, अभी दोबारा पकड़ता हूं. कह रहे हैं स्वाति देखिए उमर खालिद कन्विक्टेड नहीं है लेकिन लोग उन्हें टेररिस्ट बोल रहे हैं. मैं इनसे पूछना चाहता हूं, is Narendra Modi and Adani corrupt? Yes or no?
If there is any matter sub judice, the court will take the cognizance, sir.
So they are not corrupt till now? They are not corrupt?
I don't know that. They
no,
might
but
be.
Why? They are not convicted. So Umar Khalid might be a terrorist. So Umar Khalid might be a terrorist.
Might be.
उसमें बोलने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? बोलने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? आप क्यों कह रहे हैं कि उनको क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
And terrorist is the difference, sir.
आप सुनिए मेरी बात सुनिए स्वाति देखिए, I empathize with my good friend Sunny. इन्होंने कहां से कहां बात ले आए कि पोल्यूशन है, जायज है, क्लाइमेट चेंज है, अब ये और कुछ प्लेकार्ड ले आए, धुरंधर लिखा हुआ है, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन इनको ये पता होना चाहिए कि सारी चीजें सिर्फ एक ही सब्जेक्ट नहीं डिस्कस हो रहा, पोल्यूशन भी डिस्कस हुआ है, आज ये डिस्कस हो रहा है. और मैं इनसे ये बोलना चाहता हूं कि प्लीज सनी, आई डिड नॉट इंटरप्ट. Sunny, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, Mr. Dhiman, उनको finish करने दीजिए, and then you can come in. उनको finish करने दीजिए, you can come in.
Yeah, Swati, it might not be in Sunny's domain, but you need to be very careful. कहीं आप पे केस ना हो जाए, क्योंकि इन्होंने कहा, कपिल मिश्रा ने कहा कि अगर ये नहीं माने तो हम हथियार उठा लेंगे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहा. This is fake news. Kapil Mishra might sue Sunny. So you have to be very careful about the statements that you make. And finally, my good friend Vivek, जो कह रहे हैं मैं टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया को बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं, बहुत मेरी श्रद्धा है, तो भैया ये मानोगे टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया की रिपोर्ट विवेक जो कह रहे हैं कि मारी झापी मैसेकर जिसमें 10,000 दलित को मारा था वो ज्योति बासु और सीपीआईएम ने करवाया था? बोल दो रिस्पेक्ट करते हो टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया को, बोल दो 10,000 दलितों को कत्लेआम किया था.
Tell me the date of the article and the author. Tell me the date of the article and the author.
हाँ, कामलेंदु भद्रा.
Tell me the date of the article and who wrote it.
February 1, 2013. अब बोलो
कौन है, उसका बैकग्राउंड मालूम है आपको?
जल्दी
नहीं, आपने तो नहीं कोई डिटेल्स दी थी, आप तो केवल हेडलाइन हमको बता रहे थे. आपने तो कोई डिटेल्स नहीं दी थी, आपने केवल हेडलाइन बताई और आपने सबको कहा कि नहीं, आपने तो सिर्फ हेडलाइन सुनाई.
पूरे देश का मुंह काला हो गया. यहाँ पे आप पता नहीं कौन से मैसेकर पे जा रहे हैं जो हुआ ही नहीं.
क्यों नहीं?
अच्छा हुआ नहीं.
थोड़ी देर पहले आप वही साइड कर रहे थे. थोड़ी देर पहले आप वही साइड कर रहे थे. यू वांटेड एवरीवन टू बिलीव.
पैलेस्टीन ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है. उमर खालिद की डिबेट है, उमर खालिद पे रही है. उमर खालिद को जस्टिस नहीं मिला है. हमारे देश का मुंह काला हुआ है.
कैसे मुंह काला हुआ है? अभी कोर्ट ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है.
और सजा दीजिए या तो
अभी कोर्ट्स ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है.
छोड़िए,
कोर्ट्स को तय करने दीजिए ना.
अगर वो
उमर खालिद को अगर सजा होती है या नहीं होती है, उससे पूरे देश का मुंह काला होने का क्या सवाल है? नहीं, पूरे देश का मुंह काला क्यों होगा?
हाँ,
पूरे देश का मुंह काला क्यों होगा?
हाँ, हमारे मंदिरों पे हमले हो रहे हैं, हिंदुओं पे हमले हो रहे हैं. कनाडा में, यूनाइटेड किंगडम में, अमेरिका में मंदिरों पे, हिंदुओं पे, बांग्लादेश में हर जगह आपने देश का ऐसा पब्लिक रिलेशन इमेज कर दिया है,
पब्लिक रिलेशन फॉरेन पॉलिसी
जुडिशियल सिस्टम जिस तरीके से है। आज ममदानी बोल रहा है, कल और बोलेंगे।
नहीं, ममदानी क्यों बोल रहा है? मेरा सवाल यही है कि ममदानी के कुछ भी बोलने पे आप लोग इतना एक्साइटेड क्यों हो जाते हैं? ममदानी के कुछ भी बोलने पे आप इतना एक्साइटेड क्यों हो रहे हैं? क्योंकि आपके नैरेटिव के साथ वो जाता है। इट सूट्स योर पॉलिटिकल नैरेटिव एंड कन्वीनियंस। विवेक श्रीवास्तव,
चीफ जस्टिस डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन सेज उमर खालिद गिल्टी, बात खत्म। What is this? ये थोड़ी ना तरीका है।
नहीं, ये तरीका है ही नहीं और ऐसा होगा भी नहीं। ये तरीका है ही नहीं और ऐसा होगा ही नहीं। जिस तरह से यूएस के लॉ मेकर्स के कुछ भी बोल देने से कुछ नहीं होता, जिस तरह से किसी भी एनजीओ के कुछ भी बोल देने से कुछ नहीं होता, जोहरान ममदानी कुछ भी कहता रहे कुछ नहीं होगा। कोर्ट्स जो बोलेंगे वही होगा। कोर्ट्स इस देश में जो बोलेंगे वही होगा। उन्हीं कोर्ट्स का जजमेंट जब आपके फेवर में आता है तो आप लोग सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, आप लोग उसको सेलिब्रेट करते हैं। और अगर ऐसा ना हो तो जुडिशरी और जजेस को टारगेट करने में भी आप लोग पीछे नहीं हटते हैं। तो ऐसा नहीं होगा। आप सही कह रहे हैं विवेक श्रीवास्तव। Let me also accommodate what our viewers are saying. This is what Kamaljeet Singh is saying. Rahul, in his obsession to become PM, is ready to deal with outsiders to topple the Indian government. Snehangshu Sen says Soros, Gandhi involved along with this so-called democratic Mamdani to build such narratives. So ये लोगों के views है. Rahul Gandhi's next trip will be to New York. Not just that, let's also take a look at how people have voted. From US support for Umar Khalid, is this foreign interference? That's the question we ask. Is this what Rahul Gandhi wanted? 89% people are saying yes, this is exactly what Rahul Gandhi wanted. He sought political interference. 7% people said no, while 4% are yet to decide. I am going to thank Ishkaran Bhandari, Vivek Srivastav, Dr. Dhiman, and Dr. Ranganathan and Umar Juredi will continue to be with us for debate number 2 as well. On the other side, viewers, a bomb has exploded in Karnataka and it has blown Rahul Gandhi's poll rigging narrative to smithereens. And it is the Congress itself that has punctured their star campaigners' narrative. A statewide survey commissioned under the Congress government